Good afternoon. Good morning, actually. I'm on the wrong time here. I'm used to saying good afternoon on the futures market. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's stock and education program. My name is McC. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading, which was founded by, is owned by, is managed by, is incorporated into a legal corporation by Chad Christian. And we're glad you could be here. We call him Coach. As you know, you hear these lives each and every day. We call him Coach for a reason, because he helps us navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, such as stocks, stock options, crypto, and my personal favorite and my personal jam, futures. Everything I know about futures, learn from Coach. And so he helps us in day trading, long-term investing for income, maybe for retirement, swing trading, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to do that. As you can see, I am not Coach. He is on vacation. He is scheduled to return on Monday. So we are hoping he has a nice time away, relaxation with his wife while they are out doing some sightseeing and taking in some of the views where they went. So we hope he comes back refreshed. But we all know Coach. He's always thinking about the business, right? He's always thinking about what's going on. So his brain never shuts off either. But anyway, hopefully his wife keeps him on the task at hand, being on vacation, so they can actually enjoy their time away. And we're glad that you can be with us today. If this is your first time being with us, you know the routine on the social medias. Click subscribe, share, like, and get those notification buttons turned on so that you do not miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. And when I mean upcoming broadcasts, we are live here at American Dream Trading 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live with a futures education and training program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And then we have our lovely host and mentor and moderator, Dawn, that has our aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, aptly named American Dream Trading. So make sure you check out all of those. 3 times a day you have to listen for absolutely free everything investing. Also, let's see, over on our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading, there's over 2,800 absolutely free training videos that you can watch at your convenience any time of the day or night. That is open 24 hours a day. I would highly recommend that you go to the tab section within our channel there. You'll see some of the videos sorted by topic. I highly recommend you start by watching Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy videos first. That'll get you a good foundation and get you up and running. Again, the real trading happens every day here at American Dream Trading with our paid members who have access and participate inside a live Zoom call with access to an open mic. If they so choose, they can ask a question anytime, up to 12 hours a day, depending on their membership level, or they can even type into our live Zoom chat all day long. Also, in addition to that, we also have our absolutely free Discord. It's always been free, always will be free, and guess what the current price is? That's right, free. Wealth of information within our free Discord also. Now, our access to the Discord is limited to your paid membership level. Even the free members have access to some of our training and education materials, and you can also interact with other members of American Dream Trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you grab one of our memberships, you will need that free Discord, as that is how we post our live daily Zoom links. So get that while you grab your membership over on our website, American Dream Trading. Check it out. We do have, since Coach is away, Bruno had this bright idea. Yes, I said Bruno had this bright idea that while the coach is away, we're going to play. In other words, we're going to give away the farm. Well, Bruno's giving away the farm, but we're giving it away to you if you take advantage of it. We are continuing our 7-day free trial programs. That's a continuation of these from the last couple weeks. We have 3 programs you can choose from. We have the premium membership, which is live training and education on a live Zoom call with Coach and the other training moderators starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. We also have the crypto program, 7-day free trial, absolutely free for 7 days. And they have a live Zoom call every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. And they also have random pop-up Zoom calls and training. Plus, they have the questions and parts of the Discord there that they have a lot of education and conversations going on within the Discord. And then you have my personal favorite, the Futures 7-day free trial. We start training and trading starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Obviously, I'm not over in the Futures department right now. I'm filling in for Coach today while he's away. But rest assured, we have multiple moderators over there providing training to our paid membership at this very moment. And I can assure you, they took advantage of the economic data release at 8:30 this morning. If you look at your charts, look at your major indices, right? Look at SPY. See this ginormous spike there? Well, that's when the economic news was released. Unfortunately, due to the government shutdown, the release of government data has pretty much ceased to happen on a scheduled basis. Doesn't mean that news doesn't happen, but they haven't been releasing that because the government shut down. But they made sure that they got this one out in particular because the Federal Reserve looks at, this is one of the main indicators they look at in determining whether they want to keep interest rates the same, whether they want to raise them or whether they want to lower them. It's part of their basket of observations that helps them make their decisions one way or the other. So you do have with SPY, if you look at the Qs, right, the NASDAQ, you'll see the same spike right there at 8:30. Ginormous. That is a boatload of money, people. I can assure you those in the futures who can trade 23 hours a day made a lot of money on that. That's probably, I'm going to guess without knowing for sure because I don't have my ES up. That's probably on one contract. That's probably $2,800, $3,000 on one E-mini contract just in that 20-second pop that it took to do that. Maybe off a little bit on it, but it's close. IWM, which is the Russell, also had the same thing, right? So all the major indices responded in the same way. Now, these are measurements of a basket of goods, right, of stocks in this case. So if you go look at the stocks, some of them actually responded to that also. I think just the general, well, that's why all the other ones went up because the stocks did too. So you'll see a knee-jerk reaction there also. There's AMD also, had a great run yesterday with the chip sectors. If you recall, Soxel was a very beautiful chart, as were all the indices. They just climbed like crazy, nice and steady yesterday. So anyway, things have pulled back a little bit after the knee-jerk reaction to the good news. Consumer price index was lower than forecast, which means the basket of goods that they measure, the consumer pays for. You can go on the internet and see what things they actually measure, but let's just say, for an example, a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, it excludes all the big ticket items, but everyday basket of goods, the things that you would purchase, and they measure that on a monthly basis, and then they can tell whether prices are going up. Do you pay more for what you're buying? All you got to do is go to the grocery store, right? If you're trying to feed a family of 4, you already know that answer. However, while it might be higher in your area, it may be lower everywhere else. So they do measure across the entire country, and they digest all that and they produce a report. So, because certain areas are going to be more expensive and see a greater impact than other areas. So, it's all scientific, right? Soxol, still nice, still climbing actually after the initial little bit of a pullback. So it's looking beautiful this morning. And what else do we have? Tesla. So Tesla had the ginormous pull, knee-jerk reaction. People took profits at the top, pulled back, and guess where we're at? Pretty much back where we started, right? That's the nice thing about economic news. Usually they come out at 8:30. They come out multiple times a day. But if you're poised to react to them, if you understand what the numbers are the minute they come out, the second they come out, you can profit tremendously from that. And we do that every single day here at American Dream Trading. Our futures members do it. Our stock people do it, right? There's all kinds of different ways that you can benefit for that. All right. Thank you for that, Chad. He said ES, that one candle, which pays $12.50 per tick, you would have made $2,240. See, I wasn't that far off. I was looking, I don't know what Q's was. Q's had probably had a larger per tick thing. But anyway, between $2,000 and $3,000 you would have made there in less than 30 seconds. All right. Speaking of 30 seconds, boy, did we have some excitement this morning, didn't we? Let me bring that up real quick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh my, it was just, it took my breath away. I was so, it's just like, what time was that? That was, what was that, 6:30?
Around 6 and change.
Right, it's like 5:50, 5:45.
Okay, hence the word around, right? There we go. If you were in GNTA, which I was, our other members were, because we were doing the pre-market stocks this morning. We have a widget that we use that measures the top gainers and movers. This is where we get our hot stock picks from. Well, we noticed that it was moving up a little bit, and it was called out. And it was at that time, when it started to move, it was around $3. Okay, now did I get in it at $3? No. But it really started showing up. And we took notice of it around the $5 or $6 mark, and basically our members, including myself, got in at around $7 or $8, depending on what time they clicked their button. And this thing, in less than 30 seconds, as a matter of fact, it was probably 15 seconds, if that, went from essentially when we started watching it from $7 to $42 a share, and then it immediately retraced. The L2 was wide open. I personally benefited by about $25 a share in 30 seconds. So I had a $25 per share gain on the amount of shares that I had purchased down there around $7. It was very beneficial financially for a lot of our members. Matter of fact, one of our members posted, if I'm not mistaken, he grew his personal account, total account, by 229%, I believe. So very financially rewarding, and all you had to do was be present. And all of our members are VIP Gold, Diamond, or Diamond memberships. We start training at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and they have the training available to them for 12 hours a day. Let's just say some of our members made anywhere between $1,000 and $20,000 in 30 seconds there this morning. All they had to do was be present. Do you think that would cover and pay for a lot of things in life just by showing up? Now, again, you got to know what you're doing, but it was a very simple call out. Now, did we expect that to happen? Absolutely not, right? These are one of those unicorns. I've had many of these in my career here with American Dream Trading over the last 3 years. They've been beneficial. I mean, this literally just shocked us all. It's just, you talk about making your heart pump, right? That was a lot of money being made right there. Now, I did click out here at the top. I got filled. It actually filled me down here. As a matter of fact, that's about where it filled me, right down here, because of the sudden pullback, right? Because it takes a few seconds sometimes for it to execute the order, especially when things are moving that rapidly. So Anyway, very exciting morning. That was just one of many. I had already, and myself and others have already benefited from other moves, WGRX and QLGN. There's multiple ones. And guess what? Our paid members have a hot stock pick list that we deemed as being hot stocks. They get that each and every morning with their paid membership well in advance of the New York Stock Exchange Open. And for those in the VIP Gold or Diamond memberships, we're there trading them while it happens. So membership has its privilege. What's holding you back? We have them 7-day free trials. And guess what? We have some other membership promos going on. Bruno, are you available to discuss them this morning?
Yes, sir. We got a promo code 5050 that will take 50% off any yearly membership, whether it's premium, VIP Gold, and even Diamond, Futures, Crypto. You'll take 50% off your first payment. So 12 months, you can lock in 50% discount. We also have the Diamond Lifetime membership. That's all of our services, minus the a la carte items of the one-on-ones. We have that for $4,000 right now. Coaches away, we will play $4,000. One-on-one mentorship with David has also dropped $1,000 down to $4,000 as well. Don't delay, get it today. Let us know if you have any questions.
That Bruno, he's such a rhyme master, ain't he? Man, yes, get it now. These are in effect while this show is live. This show ceases to become live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is in approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes, right? 2 hours and 40 minutes. What is it? Hour and 40 minutes. I don't know. I can't do math this type of morning. That's a wonder I can tie my shoes. Oh, wait, I'm not wearing any shoes. All right. So, looking at the indices, they are holding their own. They are holding themselves kind of flat right now at the moment. Let me slide this over here so I can see this a little bit better. Hopefully that didn't mess up my overall view. Okay, it didn't. All right, so you will hear one of the things we are not a call-out group, right? We don't tell people when to buy XYZ Corporation and then when to sell XYZ Corporation. Those things just don't work. But however, we do train and educate you over a period of time on how to become a hopefully successful trader by being able to recognize what constitutes a good trade, what constitutes when I should get into the trade, when I should get out of the trade, when I should be patient, when I should be cautious. And over time, you'll develop a skill that nobody can take away from you. These call-out groups, you get no education. You just listen to somebody screaming at you, right? And it's on a delay. If they're sending it through like a WhatsApp or a Telegram or even a live broadcast like you're listening to now. You do realize that by the time I speak something, at least 20 seconds goes by before you hear it on your live social medias. We found it's anywhere from 20 seconds to about 45-second delay, depending what your social media on and your internet speed. So in less than a minute, a lot can happen into the markets. So we are not a call-out group. Now, as soon as the market opens, you'll hear many of our members calling out the names of specific stocks. I want you to understand that even though that kind of sounds like we're calling out something to buy, it is exactly the opposite of that. It is not an inducement to buy. It is telling our members, hey, take a look at this. Might be something there you might want to look at. At no time does anybody say, hey, now's the time to get into this or time to get into that. Our members are highly trained on when to be able to evaluate a trade within seconds by looking at their charts based on their education and training. Now, we have a lot of new members. We have members that are at different skill levels, so it may take some others longer to evaluate the trade. But if somebody calls out something right now and they say, Microsoft, I can pop up my chart, look at my indicators. It takes me longer to explain to you what I'm doing than it does for me to decide what do I want to enter. But just popping up that, I already know what I want for my entry to the upside. If it would go up, I already know what my criteria would be for entering going down. And I was able to ascertain that in a matter of seconds, right? Now, I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been trained by Coach like all our other members, right? I show up every day, listen to the sound of Coach's voice, and because of that, due to my historical levels that I have my chart, obviously this is not charted, but you catch my drift, and using my indicators and what they mean in tandem to each other, I can make an near instantaneous decision on whether I want to enter a trade or not. And we do that very thing, right? But at no time is anything you hear coming out of our paid members' mouths through an open microphone an inducement to buy anything. Never, 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 never mimic anything you see on my screen. Anything that you see on my screen or you hear come out of my pie hole is for education and training purposes only, right? You never follow that. Another danger of belonging to a call-out group is what if they're saying, oh, let's the NASDAQ, get in a NASDAQ. Well, maybe that. Did you know the NASDAQ is one of the more volatile ETFs to trade on the open market in comparison to other indices that you can trade? Well, a lot of times the NASDAQ, in other words, the QQQs, as we call them around here, so a lot of times they have twice the volatility of what the Russell would have, right? So, and it varies throughout the day. And if you're very risk intolerant, the QQQs, the NASDAQ, would be the wrong thing for you to trade. But if you don't have an education to know that or any training, and you're listening to a call-out group, they may steer you into something that could wipe out your account if you're not careful, right? So you're not getting the education you need. We want to give you education that nobody can take away from you.
That's what I was going to say, Mark. The biggest problem with the call-out group, if you don't know what you're doing and you're not educated like you get educated in here, is you're chasing somebody else's dumb choices too 70% of the time. Yep. Call-out groups are the fastest way to wipe out your account by far.
Correct. So get to training so that not even I or Coach could take it away from you. Now, don't take this wrong, but if Coach would just say, heck with it, I'm done with this, I'm shutting this show down. Now, he's not. Don't take that. He's not. He loves what he does, right? But quite honestly, if that would happen, if a meteor would strike and hit his house and he's no more around, right? Whatever, right? I guarantee you I will wake up at the same time tomorrow and continue day trading successfully. Why? Because over time, again, keyword here is over time, I've learned how to day trade and how to swing trade and how to trade stocks and stock options and crypto and futures. Futures is my main jam now. I don't even trade stock options anymore. It's not that I can't.
Plus,
I like futures. Yes, sir.
Also, you will learn how to, when we had a news event today, and how news events will overrun technicals and that way protect you once you learn how to actually use them.
Exactly.
That's it. Thank you.
And a benefit for our paid members, they know when these events are going to happen before they happen. They get a newsletter every week that outlines day by day, hour by hour, the critical and important economic indicators that they need to be aware of. In our futures membership program, not only do they get the United States ones, they get the entire world's ones, the main industrial centers around the world, such as London and France and Japan, right? All the different markets. So they're already prepared before the week even starts as a benefit of their paid membership. Wouldn't you like to have that at your reach to be able to know and be able to capitalize on that? I capitalized on this morning, right? I don't know how many other members did. I'm sure there's quite a few in here, right? There's different ways you could have been in this, either as owning the shares, and it didn't necessarily have to be just like this is in video on my screen, but I knew those were coming ahead of time, right? Our paid members knew they were coming ahead. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I might even have posted that did I post that for the free members yesterday? I did put a news blurb, but I don't know if I posted it for the free members. Why? Because membership does have its privileges. Yes, Bruno. You're not the first to mention that today. I will take that under advisement. Cannot promise results, though. Anyway, so we had that CPI data come out this morning, and we were able to react to it. And part of the beauty of as reacting to the news is what to know what to do with the news. And that comes through our training and education from Coach. So we're about 3 minutes away from the opening bell. Make sure that if you're a new trader, you do not trade in the first half hour, or especially the first 5 minutes of the opening bell is the most volatile of that first half hour. But if you're an inexperienced or a newer trader, stay out of the market the first half hour. Let the market decide where it wants to go. Let it calm down a little bit. There's no reason to wreck your account by having it go against you in the first couple minutes when you have 8 hours plus every day that you can trade, right? Do when it's less risky, if you want to say it that way, right? Give it time. One thing you can do to scratch that itch is, if you are new, you should be paper trading during this time period, developing your skills, seeing how good of decisions. Are you making good decisions on entry? Are you making good decisions in locking in profits, right? So right now, you should be evaluating and taking a last look at what you like to trade. What is your entry criteria if it goes up? What is your entry criteria if the price goes down? In other words, are you doing a call or a put? Are you going long or short if you have a margin account, right? So you need to determine what those are. And our members already get our pre-market setup trading ideas each and every morning. Also, we cover them live together, and then we also produce a document. They already know the key critical levels on Apple. They know the key critical levels on AMD and Amazon and Google and IWM and Mara, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Qs, SPY, Tesla, and so on. We go through that every morning. That's part of our morning routine for our paid members. Again, membership has its privileges. I will not apologize for that. What you're seeing here live and for free is but the tip of the iceberg. So we're about a minute and 10 seconds away. Take one last glance at what you like, what your favorite thing is to trade. And you should have it narrowed down to one or two or three, right, that you like to trade. You can't go chasing 20 different things at once and expect to be financially successful by clicking on 20 different charts at once, all right? Be the master of a few, right? And so now you should be developing, what is my entry criteria to the upside? What is my entry criteria to the downside? And do not compromise your entry criteria. Don't try to jump the gun and guessing what it may do. Currently, the markets are overall just kind of flat at the moment, right? So if the markets are up during the pre-market, what do we expect to happen at the open? If the market's up in the pre-market, we can expect profit taking. Here we are. We are now 15 seconds away. The bell starts ringing at 10 seconds before. Everybody keep your head about you. Keep call-outs short, sweet, to the point. Mute your mics after your call-outs, please. And here we go. The markets are now open with a good economic data. Let's see how the markets react now, whether it be profit taking or not. Amazon's going up. Apple is a general, it's kind of a mixed response actually to that news. A lot of that's profit taking, I'm sure. Tesla is taking off to the upside right now. Strong upward movement on Tesla. NVIDIA is also climbing. AMD, not quite as dramatic as yesterday's move. It's kind of holding its own flat at the moment. They don't know what they want to do. Soxel, it pulled back initially with some profit taking. It's trying to work its way off of VWAP. SPY pulled back at the open. This is exactly why we wait at the open.
First 2 minute red on Tesla.
Thank you. 2 minute red EWO on Tesla has started. Again, Tesla's not for the faint of heart to trade. It can move wildly one way or the other, as we saw yesterday. Pulled back dramatically at the open, and then shot straight up for a while and held up there quite nicely. Within an hour, it gained back everything that it gave up at the open. Meta to the downside. They had news, if you're familiar with it, if you follow it. They had some dramatic news that affects employees of their company. Well, the general sentiment is to the downside initially with some profit taking. They are trying to struggle to decide. There goes AMD now making a climb up, approaching a triple top, double top. As you can see right here, if you look behind you, always look behind you on your charts. To be aware of your key areas if you don't have your chart charted out already. Should not trade anything unless you have an effective chart. If not, you're trading blindly. Amazon stair-stepping up. Google is retracing. The Russell 2000 small cap stocks are flat. Mara, which was really ugly yesterday, it looks like it wants to continue that, right? These are related to Bitcoin type holdings, right?
Apple's on its second 2-minute EWO to the downside.
Thank you. I can assure you the live Apple chat that's being ran by David and Eric over there, and includes all our VIP Gold and Diamond members who have access to that. We're in a live chat over there. They're not telling each other when to buy or get in or get out of a trade, but they are discussing the trades and key levels live as it happens.
NVIDIA coming out at a critical 185 price right now.
Thank you. NVIDIA to the upside. I have a line at 185.16. I don't know where that line came from, but it is on my chart here. Whether that's from recent or it's at the 185, as he said, right? There it is, thinking about it. There it's approaching that line I have on my chart. It was a point of resistance. All right, let's take a look and see what SPY is starting to do. The S&P 500. The S&P 500 is trying to break through up here through this double top, this level of resistance around, what is that, 676, 70-ish? I get my cataract out of the way. I'll just pop a line there to give you a quick visual. Maybe a little higher than that would need to go up here. You can see they have a little bit of consolidation over here earlier this morning. Not a long term, but it is there. Should be respected. SPY is just kind of hanging there right now. It's trying to make them. This is on a 1-minute chart. There you go. We have some walls to the downside, support around 80. Talking about cents, 76.80.
And AMD also at a critical 250.
Thank you. Again, now, have you heard anybody here say, buy AMD, buy NVIDIA? Absolutely not, right? They're calling out levels. See, I don't even have that level on my chart. So do you think that the power of our community is beneficial to me right now if I wanted to trade NVIDIA? That member called out a level that he had on his chart, just making people aware. He did not imply one way or another what to do with that information, right? Again, that's up to me to decide what I want to do with that information. I might decide, well, that's already climbed too much. I ain't jumping in there. It might pull back. Or I might be excited. Oh, if this breaks through that 250, maybe it's going to go to the moon, right? So those are the kind of decisions you make, right? We try to make logical decisions based on the information in front of us. Trade to trade in front of you. Amazon, after a little bit of pullback there, still in the uptrend. Google, let me bring this down. Google's pulling back from its 258.84 high. SPY, what critical level are we looking to for SPY to the upside?
677, 10 is an old line, and you just went through it.
Okay, thank you, Nana.
After that there's nothing besides 678, basically.
Okay. Did we not set a new record high today on the S&P?
At the
Yes.
pre-market, it hit 678 exactly.
Yep, right here it is.
Yeah.
And the NASDAQ
This is it.
also.
Same thing with the NASDAQ, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Repeat, yep, double topping on that high.
Yep. This is I'm going to make this line yellow just as a point of reference right there so you can see that. As a matter of fact, I'll even just make it a little dashy line there. Here we go. We'll make the line nice and thick. That will be a critical level. Why? Just because of the fact that that was the new record high. Even though it only spiked there briefly, it's still a thing, right? So we're going to watch as it approaches that, what it might do, right? It's this line right here.
Basically, right now on SPY, it's going to be every 50 cents.
Yep. Yeah, so what do we do when we get to new record high and we don't have any new historical level, either new highs or new lows? We have to go by, see what it's doing. We can look at our L2. What is it trading in? It may move in quarters, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75, $1. If it's a high price one, it may move in dollars, or it may move in $5 or $10 increments, or 10-cent increments. It generally will move the same way each time. So that's what you're looking at here. So, here we were, she called out 67.10 was an old level she had, right? Well, you look up here at the top of this candle right here, right? Even though we're not at a new high yet, right? Well, if I put my cursor right there, that's 677.38, just a hair off of 40, 10-cent increments, right? So maybe in quarters. We'll see. What's an average candle? How much is it moving? So on and so forth. So when you have no historical data, you just have to extrapolate how much it's actually moving. As we approach this level, I would expect it to slow down, maybe even resist till it comes up here at that 678 mark. This is off a hair, but it's close enough for hand grenades, right? It's a point of decision. What am I going to do if SPY continues its upward trend and approaches the new record high? What am I going to do with the NASDAQ? Right? Same thing, right? It also hit a new record high, even so briefly, but the point is it hit it, right? So you're going to have to deal with it once it gets up there. So
I also want to mention that Google is on an all-time high right now. It's
Oh,
to
really?
the upside, it's all-time high on Google.
wow, there we go. See, I didn't know that. Thank you, Nana. How we doing over there, TikTok? How we doing over there, YouTube, and the rest of the social medias? You making money? Let's go. Got a nice upside trend right at the moment. Doesn't mean this is going to last. We don't know how high is high or anything, or how low is low, right? Now you'll see me typing. I just typed "Let's go" into the TikTok live chat. It says ADT Coach, but that's actually me. We share the same corporate accounts, but it's under his name, so that's why you see that. It's not Coach himself. He's on vacation. And if his wife is anything like my wife when we're on vacation, there'll be no trading whatsoever. I don't even want you looking at it. Well, if he's anything like me, yeah, okay, yes, dear. Looky, looky, looky. Looky, looky, looky. Click, 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 click. Cell phones are a great invention. You can trade anywhere. There's an internet connection. All right, let's go back to SPY. Where we're at? Well, it didn't quite make it up there, did it? Got close, but no cigar. Doesn't mean it's not going to try to retrace there, right? But right now they were probably doing the same thing you would do. Well, it's getting close to there. What if it gets up there and really crashes hard, right? Pulls back, everybody sells off at once. Well, I'm going to get out of Dodge. I'm going to go ahead and lock in my profit. Well, maybe that's what everybody else just did here, right? Sold off a little bit sooner, right? Before it actually got to that mark. Don't really know, right? It's all new territory. And it is tough to trade in when you enter a new territory like that, when you don't have any historical data to go by, any lines on your chart. So you are using your best education and training that you can get while trying to do that. All right. Apple still to the downside, is bouncing off a level there.
Google continued.
Google is absolutely amazing this morning.
Nice, look at that. Hit an all new
Yeah.
time high, and they're excited about it. Is there a good reason this is happening, such as the news?
They've been on a tear lately.
Now, I read some news on this company that could have been interpreted as a negative thing. It's actually beneficial to the company in the long term, but that's not how people see it initially, right? So you can search that information out yourself. I'm not going to mention what that is. It's easily readily found on a quick Google News or any news source from yesterday. Microsoft, huge pullback at the open, is now returned pretty much to where it opened at.
By the way, there is a cheaper version for Google, the 2x leverage, GGLL, $70.
Thank you.
It's just for you guys to trade Google if you want.
Yes. Many of your favorite stocks have a alternate stock that you can trade. Now
So this one's a 2x leverage, so you can play it cheaper.
There's a downfall to that potentially, right? It's
Right.
2x the earnings, the gains, but it's also 2x the losses, right?
Exactly.
However, the good thing is, if you know what you're doing, and you're doing a quality company, you can do very well for less money.
Well, you can still trade the stock and just do 2x,
Correct.
like, as a day trade. You don't have to keep it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
make sure you know what you're doing. That's the key
Yes.
part.
Yeah, so if Google makes 2% today, it would go up 2%, which would be a lot, right? You would make 4% on the 2xer. There's some that are 3x's, so. Generally, if you'll take the stock symbol and add an L or an S to the end of it for long or short, that'll bring up a quick one. Now, they all don't work that way, but as a general rule, you could kind of take any three-digited and put a letter on the end. But you can search for alternate for just about any stock, any major stock if they exist, and it'll show you. The other danger is you have to make sure that it has a lot of open interest, that it's actually being traded. Let's just pretend here as an example, let's say that one that you mentioned about Google has a lower price entry point, but how actively traded is it? Again, I'm just using this as an example, right? I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't have a lot of open interest and people aren't trading it, it could actually be more dangerous to trade, because now you're sitting there and you could be sitting here 1 minute and nobody's trading it, and you get these big gaps. You could be here, and the next thing you know, it jumps up to here, and the next thing you know, the next time it registers anything, it shows it down here. So that happens quite a bit. So you need to make sure the one you have, make sure you investigate it.
Gotta do your homework.
Yes, sir. You got a lot at risk when you're doing that. Make sure you understand what it is you're trading. All right. Trader B, I like hysterical. You're a funny guy, Trader B. All right. We will be talking about our promos here at the top of the hour. Now, top of the hour, well, as a matter of fact, right now, what do we have? New homes come out right now? Was it existing homes? Which one was it? 9:45. What was it? Global.
MPI, Mark.
Yes. It's a global. It came in higher than expected on the PMI for global services. Okay. It measures the service sectors, obviously, what they have to pay to run their businesses. Their prices, it actually costs them more to do the same thing versus the prior quarter. Now, at 10 a.m., it makes me choke on these words to say this first word, but the Michigan, or as I like to call it, the meat chicken, consumer confidence report comes out. Very influential also. The markets could react. Not only we have multiple things going on, we have shift change where you have your normal inflection of volume, but because the government is shut down and we're not releasing our normal economic news like we should each and every day and every week, they are relying on some of these independent ones that they trust also. So at 10 o'clock in the next 12 minutes approximately, be careful if you're in a trade. I'm not telling you to get in or get out of a trade, but expect the potential of some volatility in the trade. Maybe just a knee-jerk reaction. It may shoot up, it may shoot way down, or it may do nothing. We don't know yet. We don't know what the numbers are going to be. We have no idea until those come out. But you will know if it was good numbers or bad numbers by watching any of the major indices such as SPY and any of your big companies also. So be very careful at 10. Just be a smart trader, right? If you're into the upside still and you don't want to exit out of the trade, well, what can you do about that? Well, you could slide your stop up tighter, right? To at least preserve what you have without initially selling it out now, right? And as it moves up, you can tighten up your stop right before 10 o'clock. Or you can lock in all your profits now and get out of the market. Or, you can do however you want. We can't tell you how to invest. So there's many possibilities. Just generally, if you know something's going to happen, but you don't know the outcome, you may want to be a little cautious with your bank account, right? So it'll be exciting to see. I love economic news release. I live for them. Why? Because I know that if I'm prepared, and sometimes I lose focus and I miss the news when it comes out, it's like everybody else. But if I'm prepared for it, and I am always prepared for it ahead of time, I can assure you I will capitalize on it financially. Now, I'm not trading live today because I'm talking to you fine folks, and I know as a trainer and a trader, full-time trader, it's not beneficial to me to trade my real live account live because I got different monitors. I'm watching the feeds and the different social medias and questions. So it's just been more financially beneficial not to risk my family's income to trade while I'm talking here. So,
Mark, hot stock pick WGRX is moving pretty good to the upside right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
SPY is back to VWAP.
Okay, getting a pullback. Look at that. It was teasing us whether I wanted to go to that new high, but it didn't, right?
And if you look at SPY, you have that almost triple. It's a triple top technically if you look with the pre-market, but you have a resistance level right there.
Correct. And the most powerful indicator on our chart is what? VWAP, as you mentioned. I would expect statistically, again, statistics are what they are. 80-20, something happens 80% of the time, there's still 20% of the time it will happen, right? Or won't happen. But look what it did. It came down, it kind of paused. Now look, it's bouncing off that area. If you notice, if you recall, she called out a level. I asked what was the level. She said she had a 77.10 level there, right? And what did it kind of do when these pulled back? Look at how it touched those levels that she called out. Historical levels matter, and that's the importance of charting, right? So make sure you have your chart. So that can be a very critical point of decision, right, as we approach all these historical levels on our charts.
Yeah, it was a cup and excuse me, it was a cup and handle. But once the chart completes, it doesn't have to continue in that direction. So once it completed and it was at kind of an overshot all-time high, then we had a nice pull.
Yeah, it was kind of did that cup get run over by a car or something? Because man, it smashed up a little bit.
It was more like a Dixie cup, and it got run over by a truck, I think.
There you go.
It's true. It's not wrong.
More like a and EUP hot stock pig halted to the upside. Will resume 956.44.
Thank you, Michael. Right there you go. It's around the $8. Well, it's not around. It is at the 8:30 mark. Let us know if it continues to the upside. If it pulls back, then that'll probably be the last we hear about it. But this has been climbing nice all morning. This is the one we all made a boatload of money on this morning. And look how much it's pulling back now. It's basically coming back to where it was before we got in it, right? Which was still a substantial climb, right? Percentage-wise. I mean, GNTA is still up 149%. When this shot up to that $42, that was over a 1,000% gain. And then it hung up around 400 or 500% gain for a while, even after the pullback. Even with the pullback, had you got in this morning and you forgot you owned that stock, you're still up 146% from the 4 a.m. open this morning. It's amazing. You can't make money on penny stocks.
Speaking of which, hot stock pick, WGRX, new high of day.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, speaking of penny stocks, it was under $1. I ain't touching that one. Look at that. It's up what?
When you have a large price repositioning that goes on in pre-market, then you're looking for not necessarily explosive growth to the upside, because a lot of the shift has occurred in the pre-market. So what you're looking to do is see what kind of a channel it establishes, especially if it's at new highs. Mm-hmm. And then within a very short period of time, it needs to be testing the support side as much as it's testing the resistance side. And it's more likely to test the support side than power on to new highs before it does anything. So we're looking for channel establishment in the first half hour of the trading day.
Thank you, sir. All right, we are less than 6 minutes away from shift change and release of potentially critical economic data. Matter of fact, my personal opinion is this Me Chicken report, Michigan. Pains me to say that word. Why? Because that's a state up north. So I always call it Me Chicken. Everybody's like, what? Well, if you lived in the state that I live in, which is south of that state up north, which is the greatest state because it is the
Ohio State.
The Ohio State. OH.
I-O.
There we go. Only state in the union where you have to have help from others to spell out the name of the state you live in. I heard a comedian say that the other day. The people in Ohio ain't too bright. They can't even spell out their own state. They have to say what letters they know, and then somebody else completes it for them.
That's not right.
I thought it was funny, and I live
Michael
here.
B posted, take a look at open, and it's moving well.
Thank you. I gotta adjust this here. My charts are all this stuff all screwed up on my screen here. I don't know what happened, but this stuff all kind of shifted up a little bit. I can't really see everything I'm doing here. Yeah, well, it'll be what it'll be.
AMD retested VWAP. We're going to see if we can make a new high.
Thank you. Look at that. Look at it bounce back, retest. If it, a quick retest is what? Is that a good thing or a bad thing if it goes back and quickly retests?
Same thing with Google.
Correct. Right. Took profit up here at the top. Had my line up there. Look at this.
Shallow pull usually means new high of day coming, right?
Could be.
Yeah, Google is going for new high right now.
And there it is.
Look at that.
Bang, bang.
Yeah,
Bang,
Google
bang.
is pretty amazing.
That's
today.
how we do it.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
All right. Look at that.
Yeah, Google pulled back to VWAP. I went back on it and wow, what a run.
Amazing. Where else are you going to get this to go to a place where you could potentially make money and be entertained by hundreds of people at one time? We like to have fun here, but we're dead serious about when it comes to making money, though. You get in the way of my wallet, I'll chew your arm off.
Got that dog in you, huh, Mark?
Yeah. Well, I got up. Well, I didn't. I got up specifically extra early this morning so I could trade the futures market, so I could make money today, and I was successful in my endeavors. So I don't care if I don't trade for the rest of the day. And I got into that GNTA trade and was handsomely rewarded. Now, we didn't expect that to happen, but I'll tell you what. You know, I've made bigly monies in my career here at American Dream Trading, but was that the biggest trade ever? No, but it was substantial enough that made my heart pound. I was surprised at my reaction. It was amazing. It was unexpected. That was the whole thing. It went whoosh, right?
Oh, OPEN at 18% and still climbing.
Thank you. Try to get my chart down. Okay, get this thing, grab this, pull it down. Oh, there we go. There we go. I got her now.
This is this third surge to the upside, so we can expect a little consolidation coming shortly.
Look at that. Is that not a beautiful chart?
Yeah, that looks pretty.
Wow.
And the difference is here, we just told you to go take a look at it, right? We're not telling you to go pile on to nothing.
Correct.
Because by the time other people notice it, it quite often goes into consolidation or has a breather. So
and
do something
what
stupid.
else do we have going on here, Palm, that happens in the 5 to 7 minute time period?
Pullback.
Coach's 5 to 7 minute candle
Candle
rule
roll.
on a 1 minute chart. If you expect anywhere after 5 to 7 candles in a row of the same color to expect a pullback. So you got 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. And look at that. Right on cue. Right now it varies sometimes, but on the 6th candle, now this doesn't mean it's going to crash out. It's just a pullback, right? Why is that? Because staying in a trade, especially if you're a scalper, longer than 5 to 7 minutes, right, is a long time. I guarantee you it's a long time for me to be in a trade because I am a scalper. I is a
45
scalper.
seconds.
Thank you.
Cheap Shin's coming.
All right, let's watch the indices. I will have the news up here on my little doodad. Let's see what it comes in at. The markets will react before we get to time because we're mere mortals here. We don't have them high-speed machines like the Bloomberg terminal, which gets that information before we do, seconds before. Seconds make a difference. But watch SPY. You'll be able to tell here in about 10 seconds how they interpret the market. It's how the market interprets it. It's not how we do it. 5 seconds, watch this. You'll be able to see if it was good news or bad news, and we'll tell you what it was afterwards. 3 seconds after. Oh, I don't see a release of it yet. Now they're teasing us with a slight delay. I assumed this one was coming out today, being in a kind of an independent. This is produced by the university of that team up north, which will not be mentioned from my lips.
Go blue.
Go blue.
Moderators, can you please ban that person?
Are you saying there could be mistakes then?
Wow. Well, maybe it's not going to come out. There's a heck of a delay here. Still has not.
They're a little
I
slow
don't know.
up. They're a little slow up north.
Google and it's going. Still going.
SPY's not moving at all. They're all waiting. Anybody else have it? Michael, you see anything?
Nope, don't see it yet.
You know what happens when you assume something's going to happen, right? Well, this is not really a Fed-funded report. This is kind of independent. It's done by the college and the team up north that I won't mention.
Yeah, they're a little slow. maybe.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
they are
they
slow
forgot.
up there in that
Maybe
state.
they forgot about it.
We have a lot of members from up there, and I know that they're the ones that usually struggle the most because they're a little slow in the head. Just saying, you know.
Maybe they forgot about it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm on the yellow bus.
Oh, just teasing. Don't get your panties in a kerfuffle. Well, yeah, this is independently produced by the University of M.
In a what, Mark?
What?
Go Spartans.
Don't get their pennies in a what?
I had to come up with a word. I couldn't think of the right one. There's a saying for
He
that.
got it from Palm.
Oh, does he say that? Don't get your panties in a
I thought he
ruffled
did.
up, whatever.
Yeah, I thought we were listening to one of his videos the other morning, right? And you heard that, and you're kerfuffle.
Here we go. No, I didn't. Oh, here we go. Numbers are out now. It's 55 was expected. It's actually lower. Consumer sentiment is lower. In other words, how do we feel about the economy as individual peoples? And they do measure across the country. Oh, come on, TikTok. Let's not start this. So anyway, consumer sentiment is lower on the one. Now there's multiple ones here. Current conditions are as expected, but they are lower than slightly. I mean, it's down 2 points, 2.5 points plus on the one. There's like 4 of them here. New home sales, those aren't out. Those probably won't come out. That's a government report. So anyway, the general sentiment of people in the country from the sample that they do, they're not feeling as confident about our economy as they did the previous. Well, actually, no, the forecast. It's actually lower. Never mind. The prior quarter. I'm just comparing it to the prior quarter. Now, there's a lot of other things in these reports other than just pure numbers, and they will interpret those numbers, apply it accordingly. But as you can see, unless the markets change their mind, all of a sudden they're calling it a nothing burger, right? See, we never know. I would have thought that they would have thought that the consumer sentiment numbers were lower. That would be a bad thing, right? People aren't feeling so well. However, combine it with the CPI numbers that came out at 8:30, which said inflation numbers are generally lower. Do they offset each other? I don't know, right? Could be a possible wash there. Well, it doesn't matter. We're trading the trades in front of us, and from what I could see initially right now, it ended up being a nothing burger. Okay, that could be a good thing, right? Especially if he was already in a trade and you slid your stop up in anticipation of a dramatic move. Well, you didn't have to. You can move it back now, right? So, all right. So none of the markets, the Qs are pulling back a little bit, but they're also at a double top here, right? So you got to get through this up here around that 617.5 area, give or take a few pennies for a breakout to the upside, right? About right in here, right? Approximately. There's just a visual for you. Let's go back and look at SPY. How far away are we from the historical high that was set today? Are we going to come back up, break through this? It would be a triple top right here. I won't draw a line there, but you can see visually, right? Always look backward on your charts. In case you missed something in the recent history, you should already, of course, this is all new history. Well, these lines that we're drawing today are really only based on today's data. Will they have a long-term value? Well, that remains to be seen over time. But you would be drawing lines marking where it's at now. That way you can compare it in the next coming days or weeks or months. All right. Really, the only other economic data coming out affects the futures markets, and that's the Baker Hughes oil rig count, letting how many rigs we have, more oil rigs drilling or less. And it's not just oil, it's natural gas also. How many rigs are producing? How many are they more or less than they were the prior time? It really doesn't move the market a lot unless the number is substantial. We don't generally see it, and usually it only varies by 1 to 5 anyway. So I wouldn't worry about that one too much. Now in the futures and the energy field that we trade, they do worry. They not worry, but we do pay attention to that. But most of the time, it's a nothing burger also, because usually there's other things that's driving the market that are bigger and more than that. All right.
Google all time high.
Excuse me?
I said Google.
Google, thank you. I'm sorry, I wasn't actively listening and I missed it. Look at that. Holy cow. Anybody trading Google since the open? And I can call a Brinks truck for you, because I'm sure your wheelbarrow...
day Amazon also.
Oh, really? I will assure you, your wheelbarrows are probably full already, so you're going to need a Brinks truck. There we go. What happened there? Amazon broke out of that top there, right? Well, let's see how the Apple gang's doing. Well, they were having another rough day over here. Not as rough as yesterday by the looks of this chart, but I can assure you they're making money. They're just having to work for it here the last couple of days, right? This one's a little bit...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. How are you doing over there with the Apple gang?
Oh, no, I was just saying yesterday was an amazing day for the Apple crew. We had got so much amazing training. We were talking, bouncing ideas, looking at charts. So it was a great training day for us, sir. Great training day on the Apple team.
Are you serious? We lost our TikTok feed due to inactivity. Come on. Let's try it again.
Mr. Mark, how's them futures been treating you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, they as exciting as you thought they were going to be 6-9 months ago?
Oh, it's let's just say it's exceeded many expectations I may have had, and I really didn't have any expectations, so I could never have dreamed how good they have been to me.
Yeah, there you go, sir. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Not
yeah,
even not even my wild hallucination would I have imagined how things have changed in my life. So.
Right. Well, big congratulations, Mr. Mark. It's been a minute since I've heard or seen you, but hey, congratulations, sir.
Would you like to see me every day? We serve fresh batches of Kool-Aid every day over in the futures.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning on that coach because his favorite color is blue and man, what's that other color up north of Ohio?
Well, that's because that's where he's from. I can't help it. He's brain damaged. Not only does he live in that state, he drank all that Flint water for all those years, right? All that lead in it. It's amazing the guy's a very successful individual in spite of those two things strikes against his life. But, we do serve purple Kool-Aid.
You ought to ask him if he's ever gone out there and painted that rock. He'll know what you're talking about.
I'm sure he would. And we're back on TikTok. I may want to check the feed, make sure it's okay. All right. So, anyway.
You're back.
I'm back.
Ban that guy, Mark.
What guy? The guy up north?
Yeah, that blue guy.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be all right. Oh, I just do want to ask one question, not to get off the topic of stocks and investing, but who's the number one team in the country presently?
Miami Hurricanes.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
The Dallas Cowboys? What are we talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, sorry, sir. Back to the charts.
Back to the charts. Can we get back to the task at hand, please? Sorry, folks.
Mark, are you abusing the members again?
I wouldn't call it abuse. I'm trying to correct them to see the light.
It's abuse.
Come on.
We heard it.
Okay.
Yeah. The abuse word, that kind of painted me into a corner. I couldn't think of a fun word out of there. So
I know.
All right. Let's see what we got going. AMD is still holding up there, but it is on the heavy on the vine. AMD is still climbing. Is that a new high for AMD? I believe somebody said it was, didn't they? Am I wrong? You do? Hello?
Mark, I think they had a two. I think there's one above it or on. Let me double check for you.
Oh no, AMD is 251.78. It's the last 52-week high. We're not even close. All right. Yeah, what's your next level to the upside, please? I would say a nice round even number like 225, but or 50s.
Yeah, Mark, all new highs right now.
It's high of day today, yes, but not all-time high. 52-week high is 251.78, based on the information that I have in front of me. TikTok, welcome back. We got canceled, but, you know, I fought back. By the way, TikTok.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That 251.78 is from today, Mark.
251.78.
Sorry, Martin.
What is it?
Yeah. 251.78 is March from today. So that's today's all new high.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, you are correct. I was looking at the 52. I didn't realize it went that high. Now I see it up here on my information that I'm getting that from. Are you telling me that thing dropped $30? Wow. Amazing. All right. What's the Russell doing? Yeah, not as exciting as some of the others, but it's still stair-stepping up nicely. Soxel? How's our Soxel players today? Yeah, they had work for their money today. Now it's kind of in a choppy consolidation zone there, but they did very well at the open. And that's also driven by AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, AVGO, which is Broadcom, and then similar ones down the road. How's our Tesla traders doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Check out Ford.
Yes. What happened to Ford?
Well, they had earnings yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Uh-huh.
How'd they do?
They apparently did really well. It's up 9% today.
Yes.
It's at 1350, Mr. Richard.
Isn't that Debbie Downer guy, that Richard guy? Look at Ford. You can't make money trading Ford. Look at that.
I did.
Yeah, it's up over 50 cents a share since the open. Just the New York Stock Exchange open. That's more than that, actually. It's right there's the open. It's up, let's see, that'd be 75 cents a share, really, right? It's up 9.72% today. How many stocks move 10% in one day? Not very many, right? If they move 3% in any given day, that's huge. Huge.
Not usually Ford.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's, percent gain is percent gain, right?
Absolutely.
We have Amazon's up 1.5, Google's up 3. Obviously, we've seen that, the new high, right? That's huge. That's a big day. Mara, wow, what happened to Mara? Mara must have popped, huh? Well, Mara must have been really low. It's up 3%. Russell's up 1.7. Meta's only up 1/3. Microsoft's only up 1/2. Nvidia's up 1 1/3. The QQQ's up about 1.1%. Holy, what the heck? Is that right? Soxel's up 5%? 5.7? I guess there's more than just looking at this chart right here at the surface, right? You got to look at what else is going on here, right? Continued its climb all through the night, obviously, right? All right, so officially, Soxel's up.
SoFi's up by 0.2%.
Wow. SPY's up 0.8. Tesla's down 1 1/3. So SPY's up, like you say, 3/4 of a point, a little over. Dow Jones overall is up at 0.8. Russell's up 155. Bitcoin is up at 110,500, up 1/3 of a percentage gain today. So we do have some nice runners there. You know, you have a 1% gain in a day. That's a great day, right? 3% happens a lot, and that's a fantastic day when you have a 3% day, right? All right. All right.
So let's not forget about the 0 DTE for the newer guys dipping their toes in.
All right. By the way, who's been to our website at American Dream Trading? There you'll find all the details about our memberships that we have currently going on. We do still have the 3 different programs with absolutely free 7-day trial. You can cancel at any time within that 7-day period and owe not a penny. And that gets you also, that free membership gets you all the benefits and privileges of a full paid membership, depending on which one you get in, and while you're in that free program. We have a lot of people joining it and love what they see because they realize how much more information that a membership provides, and they end up converting to paid memberships versus the free ones and the ones you're watching here online. So welcome back, TikTok. We got canceled there for a minute or so. I had to redoor this. By the way, for those of you playing at home, they're over on TikTok. Bucko504 is over there. He is leading the likes with a measly 25. That should be very simple to beat. Nunya, who's kind of lame anyway, is sending a distant second at 18. So you should be able to wipe them two off the face of the mat with your likes. Just watch out. Watch out for one called Miranda. She comes in, you might as well you got to bring your A game to beat her. I don't know if anybody's ever beat her, to be quite honest with you, unless they snuck in there at the very last second. So thank you for them likes and shares, thumbs ups, and all the other things. Speaking of our memberships, I started to say, is that over on our YouTube live chat, one of our moderators over there, James, has been kind enough to post the most current promos that we have over there as a clickable link. You can click that, it'll take you right to the website to our third-party processor, which is WAP. They're the ones that process the credit card informations and all that kind of things, right? But they are just like when you go to any grocery store, you go to any retail store, you hand over your credit card or your debit card. That store itself is not processing it. They have a third-party processor. So that's what we also use. So in our case, it's called WAP. So that's what you see. So don't be confused if you happen to see that. So head on over there. He made it easy. Clickable links, or you can type it in yourself. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com is our website, right? So head over there. All our different memberships. We have the premium free membership at $0 for 7 days. You get live training and trading with Coach and other trading moderators starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time. We have the crypto, which is also a 7-day free trial. They have a membership only live Zoom training on Wednesday nights at 7:15. And we have the futures, which we start live trading at 8:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And we also have our top of the line, all-inclusive diamond membership for one-time payment of $4,000. If you want to pay annually, well, you can buy it for $3,500 a year, but it would make more sense to add that extra $500 and never, ever, ever have to pay for it again. That includes trading in stocks, stock options, crypto, futures. It includes mentorship classes, includes gold breakout rooms. What does all these things I'm talking about mean to you? Probably nothing, because you don't know what they are yet, right? You haven't gone to look at them. What is the benefit of that? It's education for you. It's another chance for you to ask questions. Holy cow, F2. Oh, F2 is like taking candy from a baby. Look at the Zoom chat there, folks. Oh, taking care. You know what Matthew would say about that F2? All right. Yeah, let's get that money train going.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go. There was a guy I was watching for free at one time on the aftermarket show, and he joined it. And then, you know, his life is forever changed. All the rest, as we say, is history.
History. Way to go, F.
What a boy. Good job. Good job. We got
Way to
members
knock it
want to
out of the
know
park.
if you're adopting. They're looking for a sugar daddy for real, I guess. I don't know. They want you to adopt them now. Our members, some of our members, and I do the same thing with our paid members in the futures area. Some members share what they actually earn dollar-wise. Some will put percentages, right? Some are more open, and then we have people that never say anything, and that's their prerogative, right? It is encouraging to see all of our members' growth, but even F2, right? We've followed his growth from day one, right? And his struggles and how he was able to turn things around. So congratulations there, F2. Won't be long now.
Amazon coming down to VWAP.
Thank you. What do we expect to happen here at the 55/VWAP? Statistically.
You have a probability of a bounce, but you never know.
Correct. The reason I ask that is because statistically it'll slow down or bounce, right, from these indicators. So we should not be surprised if it happens, but we need to hold the line, right, to see if this is the time that it breaks through, right, to the downside. Breaks on through to the other side, you know what I mean? Break on through to the other side. Dawn, do you know what I mean? Break on through to the other side?
I know what you mean, Mark.
All right, I knew you did.
Go through those doors. Go through those doors.
Got to go through them doors to break through the other side.
Right.
Just saying. Musical lyrics for 400, Alex. All right. Ooh, what is that pulling hard up there? Oh. What is that? Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Woo, down 1.8% at the moment. Ooh, getting a big pull here. Well, it doesn't look as big that way. My other chart I'm looking at, it does, because I have it spread out more apparently. I've seen that enormous candle up here on my other chart on my other screen. I'm like, whoa, what the heck is that? But Tesla is to the downside right now. Has been all morning. It had one period where it attempted to break out through VWAP, but was rejected to the downside, which is a good thing if you are in puts on Tesla. If that's the case, then you are making money. All right. What else we got going on here? Also, what are you waiting on? Have you been to our website yet to sign up for them free memberships? Absolutely free, if nothing else. You can take a peek before you commit to spending real money. You want to do it that way. However, here's the other kicker. These are coaches away, so we're going to play. Bruno had the brilliant idea of giving away coach's company while he was gone. Right? He cut these memberships, our premium memberships, our crypto memberships, our futures memberships, all of those 50% off using code 50, the number 50, or you could say that it is the number 50, unless you like saying 50. Maybe you like that TV show, Hawaii 50. Well, that's the discount number, 50, right? Those of you with gray hair would know what Hawaii 50, I guess they had a remake of it, but, you know. Who was the star of Hawaii 50 back in the day, Dawn? Miss Trivia Buff.
Don Ho.
No.
Oh man, what is that guy's name?
Jack.
Jack.
Oh man, what was his name?
London.
Jack.
Oh, everybody's Googling it. Come on. That's cheating.
Don Johnson.
Who?
Don Johnson.
No.
Jack L.
Wrong.
Oh, wait, that was Miami Vice. Damn it.
Yes. Come on.
Jack Lord.
There you go.
Book 'em, Dano.
Book 'em, Dano. Who was his sidekick? He has a very famous name, a very rich person's famous name.
Elon Musk.
No.
Dubs.
What was the question?
Who was his sidekick? Who was his number 2?
Philip Michael Thomas?
Come on, we're talking Hawaii 5-0.
Are you talking about, that was Don Ho, right?
No, Don Ho's the singer who happened to be on the show a lot.
Oh.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm stumping you. You are the master, the mistress
I
of
was
trivia.
a little kid when that came out.
Well, you're supposed to
I
remember
don't
stuff. Come on. His last name is a very famous rich person who establishes and has continuing, even though he's no longer with us in the world, his name and his foundations funds a lot of things in this world.
Rockefeller?
Oh.
Thomas. What's the first letter?
MacArthur.
Oh, that's a long letter.
Who the hell knows that?
Everybody. Come on. The MacArthur Foundation, one of the largest foundations around.
Never heard of it. Nope.
Oh, I about
That's
shut this thing down accidentally. Hit the wrong button. He had curly hair. Just Google it.
Mark Newman. Ask Claude.
I think
Dawn.
it's more fun to see you get flustered.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I can't believe you didn't know I'm just shocked you don't know the answer.
I might
Don
know it,
Claude
Mark.
Van Damme.
There you go. Get him red now.
Oh, James MacArthur was his name.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Chuck Norris.
He was Danny. That's why I always said, book him, Dano. That's James MacArthur.
Really?
He had like curly hair.
I vaguely remember that.
Okay. That's where the term book 'em Dano comes from, because that's what the other cops used to say when they were arresting their criminal at the end of the show. Book 'em, Dano. He was Dano. James MacArthur. Come on.
I was more of a Barnaby Jones fan.
Is Abe Pagoda still alive?
Hell no.
Sure. You know, there was a whole website devoted to him. Is he still alive?
Nuh-uh.
He was like 100 years old back in 1990.
Yes.
Thank you. But when he was on Barney Miller, he was at 500 years old. Come on.
I'm serious. In the early days of the interwebs, there was an actual website that was devoted to that.
I think Clint Eastwood's going to pass him, though.
Yeah, he's looking kind of rough. He's up there too. Oh, anyway, can we get back to the task at hand, please? Come on.
Nope.
You know, the problem with us sometimes is we get diverted.
Squirrel.
Right? All right. Who's been to our website already and looked at those memberships we have? 50% off using, that's how we got off the track. Who came up with that 5-0 thing? That's what threw me off. Maybe think of Hawaii 5-0. Then think of James MacArthur, right? Which leads to the song MacArthur's Park, who was wrote by who? Dawn.
There he goes again, off track.
Oh, wait a
Off
minute.
track, right? I didn't have anything to do with
come on. Let me get the train back on track.
Squirrel out of here, Miss Dawn.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I just think of lyrics of everything that happens. Everybody can do one sentence without me thinking about a song. Anyhow.
Here we go again.
Using that discount code 50, which reminds me of Hawaii 50, which reminds me of Jack Lord and reminds me of James MacArthur and Bookham Dano. Because of that, now you will remember what the discount code is, which is 50, as in Bookham Dano 50 on Hawaii 50. Go to our membership page at American Dream Trading. Enter that Bookham Dano code, which is 50 as in Hawaii 5-0. That will get you 50% off. Which memberships there, Bruno, or if you're available to discuss it? You know, he must be in a trade. Well, I'll tell you. So I'm glad you
He's
asked.
somewhere with his earplugs in.
Well, it'll get you 50% off a VIP membership when you pay annually. Book 'em Dano code 50. It will get you 50% off a yearly paid membership for the futures. 50% off, so that would be $12.50. Can't beat that deal. And you get to hang out with me. You know, who wouldn't want to hang out with me all day? I don't know. Well, most people in this room, because that's why they kick. Hey, let's put Mark in charge of being on the futures with the other moderators. That way we can kick him out of this room. We don't have to listen to him anymore. I caught on. I was a little slow at first, but I finally figured it out. That's why I fill in every now and then.
It takes him a while.
It takes me a while.
Damn it, Richard. You figured it
But
out.
are you going to leave us hanging and wondering whether Jimmy Webb wrote it or not?
Well, who wrote MacArthur's Park? Come on.
Wasn't it Jimmy Webb?
I don't know. You tell me. Are you asking or are you telling?
It was Harris, wasn't it? Richard Harris?
I think it was Jimmy Webb, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Mr. Richard, I think if we slip Mr. Mark a Ritalin, we'll get the answer a lot quicker.
I believe it was wrote by Mr. Harris for the win.
Hey.
Well, who actually sang the song? Do you know who actually sang the song?
Jimmy Webb. No.
Let's dance. Come on, she was the queen of that era. Who was the queen of disco? Come on.
Aretha Franklin.
No, she's the queen of soul.
Donna Summer.
Oh my God.
Donna Summer.
It's a wonder you people could trade.
Your mom.
Olivia Turner.
The Beatles.
Barbara Streisand.
No,
Donna
Donna
Summer.
Summers.
And
Come
Barbara
on.
Streisand.
Can we get back to the task at
Yeah,
hand?
back to this.
I forgot what the task was at this point.
Yeah, what is
If
a
you put
task?
75, do you get 75%
I
off?
don't know. Oh, we're giving you 5-0 as in Book 'em Dano 5-0, based on Hawaii's 5-0 show back in the 70s, right? It
Yep.
featured Jack
Love that
Lord
show.
and James MacArthur as he was Dano. That's why they said Book 'em Dano on Hawaii 5-0.
Deja vu.
And we're using
Are
5-0
you
as a
sure at this
50%
point,
off
Mark?
discount for an annual when you pay annually for a membership. You get the
He's on
futures, you
repeat.
get the VIP, you can get the premium, and you can also get the crypto memberships now. This is in effect until this live broadcast ends. This is we're giving it away while Coach is away special promo. So grab them now. This is effective during this live broadcast, which is going to end here in about, 26, 28 minutes? I don't know. 26. I ain't good at math. How many minutes is left in the hour? I don't know.
And just be honest with us. Did you have a double caffeine coffee this morning?
No, I like Red Bull. You like Red Bull? I like Red Bull. You got Red Bull? I like Red Bull. I got
He
Red
has
Bull. I don't
something,
need Red Bull. I
Richard.
got my
I
coffee.
tell you. But I love it. I love it.
You know, when I think of that, I think of the Chevy Chase movie when he goes and he, oh yeah. What's that movie,
I just
Don?
want to add for the people who are listening,
Yes.
the other ones that are not members, and are assessing us whether or not we know what we're talking about.
Oh, boy.
You had exposure to that this morning.
Yes.
But the other thing that you find is by coming and joining us is that you come to learn, but trading alone isn't fun.
No.
And you're actually getting the community with you here, and you can see that we all are one big family. And that's a huge positive also, because there's times where you will run through emotions when things aren't going right, even though you thought they should be going right.
Correct.
Or they're kind of going right and you can share your wins. It makes a huge difference in performance over the long term.
Correct.
So if you're hesitating, man, take advantage of these specials, because with the owner gone and Bruno stepping out and beyond what he should.
Nice knowing you, Bruno.
It is really nice of Bruno, yes. But seriously, if you're interested at all, if you've been looking at others and evaluating, you can get questions answered here. You get training all day long. and the level of knowledge that is shared to help you be a better performer is amazing. So please, we welcome you with open arms. Code 50.
There you go, code 50. American Dream Trading's website by the same name. We'll go off the rails once in a while, get diverted, but you know, when it's time to make money, we're dead serious about it, right? And sometimes we just go off the rails and we have to get reeled back in. That happens too, right? So,
tell us about the rabbits, George.
All right. What do we got moving? Everything's just kind of flat right now. Well, I see, let's see here. What was that? I seen something out of the corner of my eye there. SPY. Yeah, it's flat. Tesla come back up yet? Yep, the Tesla's still to the downsides. Testing the 21. And how's the Apple? How did the Apple? Oh, look at that Apple chart now. Oh boy, somebody called to get them Brinks trucks in here. Get them extra wheelbarrows. Run down to the hardware store. Buy all you can. Look at that beautiful trade there. Am I right? Am I right, David? But you're probably in a trade, so I don't.
Hoorah, sir! Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. Oh, that's a beautiful chart. What a way to finish the week. Had to wait a while for that to develop. I mean, I assure you, they made money through all this chop here, also, right? They know what they're doing, right? But it's a lot nicer and more relaxed to do this type of trading, right? Those don't happen all the time, so you have to learn how to trade under all different conditions. AMD came back, retested that, broke through the double, triple top, and now it's broke back out again, and as another high of the day. AMD. What about NVIDIA? What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA climbed. Boy, look at that roller coaster. You've been on a ride with that, right? Now, it's not that big of a price movement. It looks pretty big on the chart, but it's still substantial, right? So with those looking pretty decent, what should we expect with the ETF that those are involved in? The same kind of motion, right? The up and the down, right? See how this, if you would be carrying, this is the value, the benefit sometimes of a ETF. This is the SOXL, which is a semiconductor, right? The chip sector stocks, all the big boys in the chip sectors, NVIDIA and all those, right? AMD, Texas Instruments, Broadcom, Intel, you name it, right? A whole bunch of them in there. You don't have to go buy a share of NVIDIA and a share of AMD and a share of Intel. That's what an ETF does for you. It's kind of like I don't want to steer you off, but it's kind of like a mutual fund. It's a whole group of things thrown together, and hopefully you make money. But these are ETFs, right? Electronic funds, right? So if you can't afford to go out and buy NVIDIA and buy all them shares, you can get into an ETF. A SPY is an ETF. The QQQs are an ETF, right? So if I love the chip sector and I can't really afford to go out and buy all these individual stocks because they're not inexpensive, right? I can get into possibly using an ETF type of trade, and I can trade SOXL all day long. And as the chip sector, as AMD and NVIDIA and Broadcom and Intel, you name it, as they go up and down, so will SOXL, right? It's a reflection. Same way with the S&P 500, right? Maybe not as volatile. Why? Because there's 500 companies in here. If you had to go out and buy all 500 companies, you better have a lot of money, right? So that you throw all those 500 companies together, right? And they're weighted differently. But as they go up and down, so we'll SPY, the S&P 500. Now, if you go to the Qs, a lot of the same companies that are in SPY, matter of fact, I don't know, I would say, probably the top 5 or 6 are exactly the same, maybe. I might be off on that a little bit, but it's pretty close. A lot of the ones that are in the top percentage, top in SPY are also top in the Qs. Now, but the Qs are more volatile, but it has kind of the same ones. Well, why is that? It's because how it's weighted, the averages are weighted differently, right? S&P is kind of more by size of the company, right? The dollar value, where the Qs are weighted differently. So even though they may have the same company, and it has less companies too, The NASDAQ is the NASDAQ 100, okay? Top 100 of the, basically, is also what? Tech stocks. They're not all tech, but we think of it that way. So it tends to be more volatile. Even though they share a lot of similar companies with SPY, the way that this is weighted, it reacts more. It moves more. However, most days you can compare the two charts. You can pretty much lay the charts on top of each other sometimes. There's the Qs, and there's SPY. There's SPY, there's the Qs. Is this one better, or is this one clearer? Is number 1 good, or is number 2 better? Come on, who am I pretending I am now, Dawn? Come on. An eye doctor. For those of you who don't have...
I thought you were making fun of Don's eyesight.
No. Oh, no, I wasn't. That's what an eye doctor does, right? And they're so close half the time you can't tell which ones were different. AMD is still continuing to climb. Look at that. What a monster.
You backpedaled fast away from that making fun of disabled people comment, didn't you, Mr. Mark?
Yeah. Well,
he skated away from that one.
Well, that's how my eye doctor sounds. This is number 1. He talks real soft. It's like he's hypnotizing you. Is this one good, or is number 2 better? 2 or 1? And I usually say, I don't know. And he's like, all right, is 1 better, or is 2 a little crisper? He talks like that's how he talks. Anyway, so now a lot of times all the indices will look similar, to have the similar roller coaster pattern or whatever. Too. Let's look at the Russell 2000. Now the Russell 2000 is an ETF with small capitalization companies. In other words, these companies kind of march their own beat. They're smaller companies, right? They're very dependent on interest rates. Why? Because they can't go into their safe in the back room and pull out $4 million to go build something or help maintain the company with. They're dependent on getting loans for banks to help run their company, whether it's expansion or day-to-day operations or covering temporary shortfalls. So they're very, when you see interest rate cuts, those type of things, movement in interest rates in general, you will see a more pronounced effect on the Russell, IWM, right? So we are having next Wednesday, the interest rate decision comes out. The Feds make their decision based on what information they have. And that it has a whole direct impact on the whole economy and all these. But the Russell is more sensitive to that news. Now, if they don't do anything, it's a nothing burger, right? If they drop the rates, you may see, you could potentially see the Russell take off, right? It's good news for the small caps because now they don't have to pay as much money to go get a loan for whatever reason they need because they don't have that, right? So this is a whole thing here or that. So,
may I add a clarification?
Yes, you may clarify.
So the comment was made that the S&P 500 is a ETF, and technically the S&P 500 is an index.
Correct.
But SPY is an ETF, which tracks the S&P 500
yes,
index.
Thank you. I misspoke on that because it is SPY, right?
Right.
The ETF correct. Is the spider. It's called SPY for short, right?
Correct.
S&P, just like the NASDAQ is the indice, but we have the QQQs, which is the ETF.
Is an ETF, correct.
Just like the Russell 2000 is an index, the small cap, which is what you see on your screen. But to be able to trade the ETF on that, because we don't have $1 million to go buy all them shares, I can get it into it. If you want to look at it this way for $250, obviously if we running options, we can get in it for pennies on the dollar as a leverage product. But the Russell is the 2000. The ETF is IWM.
Correct. And for those that listen to little kiddies out there with their tail, ask them that question, and I'll bet you many of them get it wrong.
Yes. And here's another question from my heart. Who is the father of of the SPY and the Qs and all that. Where's that come from? Where's that market at? Hint, hint.
I
Mark's
think
favorite?
it's from Mad Magazine because I always like to watch SPY versus SPY.
Yes, you go.
So I think it's related.
Yes. So is this one good or is this one better? Is that one clearer or is this one clearer? How about now? Is one good or is two better? And that's Soxal, right? Which makes up the chip industry. There's all kinds of these in the markets that you can invest in, right? And trade on a daily basis. You know, if you like utility companies, I'm sure there's utility ETFs, right? And funds that you can invest in. Apple. What do we say about here? What do we call this mess that's going on right now at Apple? What do we call that there, Michael?
I call it new high.
New high.
New high a day. We call that money in the bank. You haven't heard a lot of Apple gang talking today. They're sitting there shoveling money into their wheelbarrows.
115%.
How much?
115%.
Wow. All right. All right. 116%. Take a dollar bill, take it to your bank today. After the conclusion of this program, tell them you want 116% immediately. See what they say. Where are you going to make 116% on your money?
Hey, don't bother David. He's making money.
I know. When David doesn't answer, I know he's busy making money. There we go. I guarantee you'll see the same thing over in the futures. When I'm in a big trade and they ask me a question, even though I'm sharing my screen, they just got to wait because I'm concentrating, right? It only takes a brief looking away to hurt your account. So and they know that. And we know that here at American Dream, right? Somebody doesn't answer, we know they're probably in a trade. And we understand that. By the way, head on over to our website, American Dream Trading. Grab them 5-0 memberships. If you can't remember what it is, remember our discussion about Hawaii 5-0. I'm sure even the ones without gray hair, didn't they just have in the last couple of years, have a remake of that? I don't know if it's still around or not. I remember seeing advertisement for it. So, book 'em, Dano.
No, I missed
Yeah,
that,
they
Mark.
brought it
Can
back.
you go back over to Ian?
No. All right, what's NVIDIA doing? What are we doing here? NVIDIA. NVIDIA's going to come up. It's going to have to fight through this little here. You got some micro double tops and stuff, but it's holding its own. They're all holding their own right now. But look at that Apple. Ooh, Apple, AMD. What's the Google doing? Google pulled back from its all-time high, right? Amazon. Amazon's still holding its own up there. It's still up there pretty nicely. Meta, as I mentioned earlier, had some news. They were in the news. Well, they're all these big companies always got something in the news, but I did read a kind of what I perceived as a negative article about this. Not saying the company's bad. It just was not good news for the day. And just remember, news goes stale very quickly. NVIDIA. All right. You have now 10 minutes to take advantage one last time of them 50% off memberships and our Diamond membership for $4,000 one-time payment. Never ever pay again, which includes all of our memberships. Even if you bought every single one of our memberships today with the 5-0 discount, it would still be more money than the Diamond membership, would it not? Do you see the incredible value of the Diamond membership for $4,000? Sell the wife, sell the kids, sell the car, sell the neighbor's house, sell the neighbor's kids, sell a kidney, so whatever. If you can find a way to grab it, today's the day while Coach is away to grab them deep discounted memberships. Membership does have its privileges. Holy crap! F2?
F2.
Ho! What the heck are you trading over there? I want more of that.
Apple
I've been doing some
Oh,
Apple calls and things, so.
all right, get back to work. It ain't over yet.
It is. I've spent all my buying power, so
Aw.
I'm done for today.
Aw. You know where you never run out of buying power at?
Futures.
Yeah, yes, correct. Well, unless you go broke, that's the only way you run out of buying power, right? No, good job, F2. Good job, man.
Thank
What a
you.
day. Make sure you.
Wow, Chad H, 31% in 5 days total account.
Holy cow, Chad.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how we do it.
And
Yep.
F2, I would feel sorry for you, but dang, you killed it. So, congratulations, man.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. Huh. Yeah, make sure Coach sees that, you guys, you know. Put it into paid membership lounges, of course, if you want to do that. It's up to you whether you want to share that number or not. You don't never have to share numbers or anything, but you could always put percentage. I grew my account by X percent today, right? Tesla still staying to the downside. By the way, we are live here 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm live with the Futures program at 2 to 4 p.m. And we have the Aftermarket Show with our host, Dawn, who stunk in trivia today because we asked her stuff that, because she doesn't have them gray hairs going that she wasn't aware of, but she'll learn. She does the Aftermarket Show over there where you can join with a live open mic and camera if you so choose to. If not, you can always ask your questions and make comments through that YouTube feeds chat box, just like you do here with your social media. So upon conclusion of all of our live broadcasts, they are automatically reposted permanently over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Once you're at our website, which is, guess what the name of our website is? Guess. Anybody guess what our website's name is? How about American Dream Trading? There's a membership button right near the top of the page. Click that for all our current membership info. These special offers to you will expire here in about 6 minutes. Now's not the time to diddle around in the middle, diddling around, hem-hawing around. Time to either, you know what, or get off the pot. Let's go. Let's move it. Let's head on over there. We have plenty of bandwidth. If you all go over there right now, our bandwidth on our website can handle all the crowds coming in at one time. Head on over there, sign up for them memberships, get them going, lock them up, right? And if nothing else, we have the free 7-day trials that you can go and then cancel any time in the first 7 days and not pay a dime. All right. All right. So, Coach is scheduled to return back on Monday. So, in case he doesn't notice, don't bring up Bruno's name. It might be a sore spot with Coach on Monday. So, maybe Coach won't even notice that Bruno gave the farm away. I mean, there's a lot of people took amazing advantage of those things. Coach may not even notice, right? Maybe Coach's account might tell him about it. I don't know. Maybe we could slide by and Bruno don't get in trouble. We'll see. But I doubt it. Coach is always on top of everything. He knows exactly what's happening all the time. That much I can assure you. Right? So, I hope everybody ended up green today. We have some of our members posting over here in our live Zoom chat and in our paid members Discord what they were doing. What is the OH? Oh, that's just all that is just it puts them numbers up on your chart, highs and lows and all that. It's just built into Webull. I don't need all that garbage on there. It tells you at the highs, the lows, the volume all up here. Gets in my way a lot of times, so I just mute it, close it out. There, James. So anyway, what was I saying? Hopefully you all did very well today. I know our paid members did. They've been posting things in here. A lot of them posted what percentage growth they had on their total account. Others posted actual dollar values. Great to see things work out. Glad, so happy for the Apple gang, especially today, as others. But if you look at yesterday's chart during this time period, they had to fight for their money. It was Chop City. Now they still end up making money. I didn't look at the chart after the fact, but I know during our lives, it was a struggle bust channel trading that. Look how nice this ended up being. And I remember one of the members in here posted his actual profit today. It's mind-blowing. It's great to see how far he's come. So anyway, it's good to be green, especially on a Friday, so that way it doesn't mess with your mental. Nothing worse than having that hang in your head that you had a bad day, right? And you take that into the weekend. Number one, you shouldn't let it do that, right? Don't let other people or other things control your emotions. Easier said than done, I know. But going into a green day, even if you're a $1 green, that's a big deal, can be a big deal, and is a big deal, even for me even after the years I've been trading here, right? It's a lot better to go into the weekend green than it is red. I don't care what the value of it is, whether you're a $1 green or 1 million green, right? Green is better than being $1 red. So anyway, if you're green now and you want to make sure you go there, don't overtrade. That's another thing where Coach talks about. Do not overtrade. That can lead to losing your growth that you had for the day. And so we're glad that you could be here with us. Make sure you head on over to our website, which is American Dream Trading. Grab them memberships. You now have approximately 2 minutes left to get those while this is live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So head on over there, get it. And it's active as long as you can access it on our website. It is time limited. So head on over there and grab them now. If you happen to if it's 11:01 or whatever and it still shows up on the website, well, that's a benefit for you. But anyhow, glad you could be here. Make sure that you go to Weekend Green. Make sure that anybody you come in contact for the rest of the day or the entire weekend that you leave lasting positive memories with that persons you come in contact. Try to be kind. Always rewind. For those of you who have gray hair, know what that means. Oh, wow. Look at that. 9.5% on the count. Holy cow. Wow. So today is Friday, right? Yes, it is. So try to leave, even with family members or friends or enemies, leave lasting positive, create positive. Go out of your way to create positive, lasting memories. Try to cheer up those you know that need it, and always try to cheer up everybody you come in contact, because that person standing across from you smiling may actually be having the worst time of their life and you don't know it, and they're trying to mask it with a smile. So being an encourager, not a discourager who wants to tear other people down. Build them positive memories. I do thank each and every one of you for being here today. Coach will return on Monday, and I will begin live again today at 2 o'clock with the Futures Education and Training program, which will be followed at 4 p.m. on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, with the Aftermarket Show. And it's just what the title means, after the market closes, with our lovely and gracious, silky voiced, and highly intellectual and experienced trader, Dawn. So check all them out for us today. Thank you all for being here. We will see you, same time, like I like to say, right? Same time, same bat channel. Last chance, get to that website. Are you going? Are you still here? You should be over to the website. All right, see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah.
Thanks, Mark.
Hoorah, Mr. Mark. Great job, sir. Great work.
Anywho.
Good job, Mark.
I'm trying to get out of this program here. Hang on here a minute.
Hey, was that movie, was it Full Metal Jacket, where the guy goes, "Is that you, John Wayne?" Is that Full Metal Jacket?
Yes. Yes, they were saying that when they were in the city on leave, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I hate to say it, Mr. Mark, earlier, whenever you were asking, you were like, who is it? Who is it? Who's there? All of a sudden that hit me.
I got a problem here. I'm still streaming. Trying to get out of here. Still streaming to YouTube.
When in doubt, X out, Mark.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. That kind of screws up the feed, and it will close it. It just looks like that's what I'm going to have to do. Something, I don't know what happened here. Anyway, exit out. It is what it is.